The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone and welcome to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 and Monroe County. We begin with our weekly honor roll of high school teams, which is brought to you by Cellino and Barnes. The honor roll of high school teams is brought to you by Cellino and Barnes.
Cellino and Barnes, injury attorneys, call 888-8888.
Don't wait, call or text 8.
Here is our honor roll of high school teams. Number 3, Penfield Hockey, particularly the penalty killers. The Patriots upset Fairport 2-1 in overtime. Mike Streff and Andrew Poland scored the Penfield goals. They both came shorthanded. And number 2, Bishop Kearney girls basketball. The 8-2 Lady Kings got 24 points and 16 rebounds from Sanaya Wilson against Nottingham, who turned in those numbers just a week after another 7th grader, they're both 7th graders, Mariana Freeman scored 22. And at number 1, McQuaid basketball, the Knights are back, 7-3, and fresh off a victory over previously unbeaten East, 80-73. Freshman sensation Isaiah Stewart scored 20, Jack Purcell added 18. Which brings us to our Cariglio's Pizza Team of the Week. The Cariglio's Pizza Team of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Cariglio's Pizza with 5 convenient locations throughout Rochester. Cariglio's Pizza, a proud supporter of high school athletics. We head west to Batavia, where the Notre Dame ice hockey team sows the seeds of great things before most of us are awake yet. Here's Dave Yates.
When it comes to Batavia Notre Dame, bigger does not necessarily mean better. They are the smallest school in the state with a hockey program, which means if you go to the school there, there's a pretty good chance you not only know a hockey player, you are one.
You know, there's 94 boys that go to Notre Dame's high school. 23 of them are on the hockey team. So, yeah, we get plenty of support from the school. You know, we want to make this an experience for the kids every year.
We only have like 130 people at our school, so like at school it's a one big family, and when you come to the Batavia Notre Dame game, it's their student section's almost more than our entire school, so it shows that we're a real small school, but we all like come together and support hockey.
You know, it's taken some time. When I started 8 years ago, we had 13 players. And we went, 2-22, and every year we've added a few players and got a little better. So, this year, we're hoping to be right there at the end,
If the start of the season is any indication, they will be. Notre Dame won their first 10 games and carry 3 of the top 4 scorers in Section 5 on the roster. Getting out of the gate quickly was something a lot of people on this team could see coming.
From the first day of practice, you could tell this team is, we gel so good, and we always know, where each other's going to be, how each other plays, and I think that helps out on the ice and how we, got off to a good start. There wasn't any getting used to anyone and getting used to the way people play. We all really knew each other. We've played with each other growing up, so it kind of helps out.
We didn't really know how we were going to start, but then once we started rolling, we started getting more confidence, and I think as we got midway in the season, that it started going down a little bit because we were getting too cocky, but now we're back up and we want to just go straight ahead.
If you want to play hockey for Batavia Notre Dame, you better be prepared to set your alarm clock early. The Fighting Irish take the ice at 6 o'clock every morning and have since the program began. They're one of the only teams in the country to practice before the crack of dawn.
But it's really become part of our identity. A lot of these kids are traveling 35, 40 miles in the morning to get here. So, like our goaltender sets his alarm for 4:45 every morning. But you know what? After the first, 4 or 5 practices, it becomes a no-brainer. And I tell kids all the time, we're doing more on the ice, while other kids are hitting the snooze button for the 3rd time.
It's a lot easier to get up for hockey practice in the morning than it is for school. So, and after hockey practice, you're awake and alert for school, so it's real nice.
But hockey, you got to get up and you got to do the thing you love. You signed up for it, and if you made that commitment, so you got to get up and do it. And I love it. It wakes me up in the morning and ready for the day.
Coach Staley also credits the early wake-up time with a significant improvement in the team's grade point average during the hockey season. Success on the ice and in the classroom. Sounds like a winning combination. For the Vision High School Sports Beat, I'm Dave Yates.
This isn't about to change. Notre Dame skates just one senior. When we return, cheers from Greece Arcadia, and later, Kim Azar-Wegman's Making the Grade honoree, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. This is the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Our honor roll of high school athletes is brought to you by Injury Free Coalition for Kids. Driving's a lot like the game of baseball. It's the one who gets home safely that counts. Please remember to always wear your seatbelt and to focus only on driving when behind the wheel of a car. This message courtesy of the Allstate Foundation and Injury Free Coalition for Kids Smart Teen Driving Program. Here's our honor roll of high school athletes. From Lima Christian Academy, Olivia Cox caught fire, connected for 38 points against RCMCS, which, by the way, is the Rochester Career Mentoring Charter School. The Saints are 5-6. And number 2, Ralik Red of Edison's boys basketball team get 26 points against School of the Arts to surpass 1,000 points for his career. The Inventors are 9-2. And at number 1, we have an 8th grade bowler. He is Michael Ross from the World of Inquiry, who rolled a 300 game in the City Catholic Private League. And now, World Gym Rochester and World Gym Greece present our Athlete of the Week. World Gym Rochester and World Gym Greece are proud supporters of high school athletics. Memberships starting as low as $1 down and $10 a month. For more details, go to worldgymrochester.com and worldgymgreece.com. The best thing about Ultimate Cheerleading and Dance Competition that's held every year in Fairport is that the hosts don't participate. The Raiders run the event, so someone else has a chance to win. That someone this year was Greece Arcadia. When it comes to cheerleading, nothing is simple. The sport is divided into classes. The classes are divided into groups, all-girls squads, co-ed teams, and then into large and small. A large team consists of more than 16 athletes, the small fewer than 16. Of the 28 teams in Class A, only 5 compete as large squads. Greece Arcadia is one of those.
I think when you have a smaller group, you don't have as many opportunities to have unique stunts and different pyramids and, formations and such, because when you're smaller, there's just smaller group of girls on the floor. Larger just means you can do so much more.
In competition, cheerleading squads are scored on a variety of skills. Stunt difficulty carries with it a technical degree of difficulty factor. The Titans compete at a 10 level. That's the highest. Is it a source of pride? Do you guys carry a 10 difficulty rating into that exercise?
Yeah, it's awesome because they're really hard. Like, they take all of your breath out of you, but it's worth it because the scores show how hard we work.
Danielle Carnes is a flyer.
For a flyer, you can always fall, and I feel like maybe it feels like it's your fault if you fall, but I don't know, it's a lot of pressure, but I like it.
You ever feel like it's dangerous?
Yeah, I do feel it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. I fall probably every day, but it's nothing serious.
Arcadia's performance puts them in good position to compete against the sport's heavyweights, Fairport and Penfield, in sectionals February 27th at RIT. It is one of the season's real spectacles.
being a good cheerleader isn't just the answer. You also need to be a good athlete, a good student in school. You have to be a hard worker. There's a lot of different factors that go into being an athlete nowadays.
Kim has our Wegmans Making the Grade honoree next, and then we go downtown for the two best girls basketball teams in the City League in our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
Making the Grade this week is Jasmine Pulowski, a senior leader at Brockport High School. As someone dedicated to her sport and staying in shape, Jasmine is a 3-time first-team All-County athlete for cheerleading and was selected to compete in the Eddie Meath competition last season. While cheering for the Devils, she's also received a leadership award and was nominated for the National Football Foundation Scholarship for being an outstanding scholar athlete and role model to her teammates. Jasmine also serves as a role model to her community, where she often volunteers with the mobile food pantry, sorting and handing out food to families in need. When she's not training at her local gym or helping others, Jasmine is busy hitting the books, where she's had her most accomplished academic year to date. She's a high honor roll recipient and received the Excelsior Award for her dedication to the classroom. She's also currently working on gaining 6 business credits she can use towards college through her internship at a local gym. Next year, Jasmine plans on pursuing MCC's 2+2 program, where she wants to major in exercise science and eventually go on to continue her cheerleading career. She hopes her education will help her open her own gym someday. Nominated by her coach, Kristen Green, this week Brockport's Jasmine Pulowski is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. You can send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar.
Our Section 5 calendar is brought to you by Sylvan Learning, delivering results in reading, math, writing, study skills, SAT and ACT prep, and more. 4 area locations. Call 385-9480. Here's what's happening this week on our Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar. Monday's a good place to start. MCC hosts the high schools. UPrep plays HFL in a quality battle of smaller schools. Boys basketball, 7 o'clock is the tip-off. Best girls game of the week is Tuesday when Irondequoit heads out west of Batavia to play the 10-1 Blue Devils. Indoor track on Saturday, all day, 2 sessions, begin at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. at RIT this week. And wrestling, 2 Saturday tournaments. Eastridge hosts 8 squads, where Brockport is the team to beat. And Rush Henrietta, fresh off its Tyche Burnaby victory, hosts Fairport Thomas and Penfield in the Takedown Cancer Duels. That is our Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar for the weekend. The 2 best teams in the city hit the court. It's girls basketball, and our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week. It's next when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel. Welcome back. This is the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. It is time now for our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week.
The new caramel macchiato at Dunkin' Donuts. Let handcrafted layers of espresso, milk, and caramel-flavored swirl uplift your mood. Indulge in a hot or iced macchiato today. America runs on Dunkin'.
This was a game of momentum swings. Wilson at Edison basketball. The girls. It is our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week. These are the 2 best girls basketball teams in the City League. What they may lack in cohesion, they make up for in athleticism. Unlike their male counterparts, and except for an historic run at a state title by East High 5 years ago, Rochester's girls struggle to compete come tournament time.
It hasn't been for the last 10 years or so, but we're trying to get that back into the mix. It's hard keeping our students for 4 years, but as long, the longer we have them, the better off we are going to be in the long run.
Wilson has been proactive, scheduling 4 games against top county teams on the road, including Fairport and Brighton. The Wildcats were competitive, but lost all 4.
County schools, they have girls that play together for quite a while, and the competition's good. And what we do, we want to do at Wilson is we want to make sure that we're competing against them so they play off later on in the season.
To the contest, and it was all Wilson in a very big way early. Aubrey Morgan-Powell passed to Kiona Gauze. The miss rebounded and put back by Kamara Muhammad. Then it was Gauze into Zaira Hanna for an 8-0 Wildcat lead. Edison called time and tried to put the brakes on the visitors. Coming back out, the Inventors got on the board finally. Freshman Daisha Fair with the basket. Wilson wasn't done applying the early pressure, however. When Muhammad nailed a 3-pointer, it was a 15-2 game. What was the feeling like on the team when you had the big early lead?
We had the bigger, it was just intensity. Like, we had to keep the intensity up and teamwork, like, keep moving the ball, not being selfish. And when we got that lead, we had to stay on them.
But Edison found its bearings and scored the last 5 points of the first quarter. Senior Brittany Campbell with a wild attempt that was followed for the basket by Dijona Jackson. Then Shy Sinclair dribbled up court and hit a jumper. The Inventors had cut the lead from 13 down to 8 after the first quarter. As a team, you hung in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to. The only way we was going to push through it, I can't do it on my own, she can't do it on her own, nobody on the team could do it all alone. We got to do it together, push through it.
In the second quarter, Wilson again connected first. It was Jasmine Walker hitting a pull-up 3. Edison countered with the flashy Fair, dribbling to the lane and hitting a floater. And Sinclair, after nearly falling down, connected for a 3-pointer. Edison had scrambled back to within 4 points of the lead. Wilson's Morgan Powell finished a drive that helped keep control. It was 31-25 Wilson over a still confident Edison team at the half.
You're keeping your heads up, you're playing together. You're playing, that last, from the 4-minute mark to the 3-minute mark, was the best I've seen you play this season. You're playing hard. You're playing like you wanted to win. That's how you gotta play every second. You're not gonna go away completely. You're gonna have to fight for it. Okay? Play together, stay together. On 3, tech down. 1, 2, 3, tech down!
Had Edison played better at the beginning of any of those quarters, things would have been much easier. Wilson's Kamara Muhammad with a nice drive to the basket. And Jasmine Walker at a 3-pointer to help make it a 12-point game. Once again, Edison had to play catch-up. Daisha Fair got into the lane for a hop-step lay-in. And then with just seconds left in the quarter, Brittany Campbell with a great inbounds pass to Fair, who beat the buzzer with a 3. It was inbounds against the clock and stuff. You're aware of all of that, right?
Yeah, it's just block out all the players and just play my game.
What'd it feel like going in?
Joy.
Into the fourth quarter, and again Wilson hammered the Inventors at the period's start. All told, the Wildcats outscored Edison at the start of the 4 quarters by a 36-7 margin. But yet again, Edison rallied. Taja Smith with the steal and took it all the way in. And then Fair found Dijona Jackson in the key for a jumper. The Inventors are back to within 2. With the ball and trying to get even for the first time in the contest. That's when Wilson's Clark came up with the big play, making the steal and taking it all the way in. Tell me about the steal and how big a play that was.
To me, well, it was a pretty close game, so the steal meant a lot. So by me getting the ball and scoring, putting the team on my shoulders, I think it was pretty good.
Shania scored on a late drive to help put the game away for Wilson, the 2 best teams in the city putting on quite a show. We'd like to thank our Sports Beat sponsors,
especially the 11 dealerships in the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks once again for watching. We'll see you next week with the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat.